forward, and I'm going to clap us. And then, before Dallas takes over, I'm going to have you say a couple things first. So I'm going to clap us. Take one. So if you just want to look directly into the lens right here, and give us what your name is and your birth date and how old you're turning.
My name is Harvey Sobotka. I am turning 90. My birth date is December 13th, 1934. What else did you need to know?
A joke. Do you have a joke for us?
A joke. Dallas looks old with his beard. That's for sure.
You have it. Cool. Okay, I think we're all running okay over here. We'll go ahead and let Dallas take over.
Okay, Dad. Where were you born?
I was born in Hebron, Nebraska. I was born in 1934. I was born in the northwest corner of my grandparents' McMillan house. And it was a cold winter day when I was born.
Do you have a good memory?
Yes.
I remember it was cold.
Yeah. Yes. What's your next question?
What is your earliest memory, and why does it stand out to you?
My earliest memory, I was about 3-4 years old, leaving my grandparents' home, which was in Hebron, and my parents were migrant farm workers. And we left Nebraska and went to California. And that was the first thing that I can remember.
Do you remember being scared to leave Nebraska, or did it matter?
I was scared. I was apprehensive.
Yeah.
Where I'd never been away from my grandparents' home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your parents.
My parents were young when they got married. My father was in the CCs, and he worked there about 3 or 4 years before we went to California. And my parents thought that they could make more money in California picking crops. We headed for the Imperial Valley, and we lived in a tent. And we cooked on a gasoline green stove Coleman stove, and we slept on cots. I spent quite a bit of time in the tent, and we had a dog. Her name was Boots, and she watched out for me and watched out for the things in the tent and our possessions.
Oh. like a guard dog.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned your dad worked in the CCs. What was the CCs?
That was a program that was started by President Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
And they built trails
Mm-hmm.
and they improved the roads, and they built power lines for the farmers.
So more or less, it was to create jobs during the Depression.
It was, yes, it was.
Can I pause this right here?
No.
Dallas, I'm gonna have you scoot over just a little bit.
Okay.
Just hug kind of right up to this camera.
So
I know that it's natural to talk to him, but we want your eye line to be as close to the lens
I
as
see.
possible.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. We can keep rolling. We think we're good to go.
Okay. Do you remember any of your favorite activities as a child that you liked to do?
My favorite activities was actually playing with the dogs and whoever was in the tent area. I played with their children,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a distraction there.
Amateur hour.
I don't remember too much about my early childhood as far as favorite activities go.
Now, one time when we talked before, you mentioned that you helped a cook that was Chinese, that you would help prepare the meals for the farm workers.
Yes. My folks didn't want me in the fields with them. There was black widows and the plants and some rattlesnakes around, and so I stayed in the house, and we had a Chinese cook that cooked noon meals, and the Chinese person taught me Chinese, and I learned how to count to 10 in Chinese before I ever did in English. And I still remember that as Yat Gi Sam Si Ong Lok Tit Pot Q Sip. And that was, the thing that I remember
Mm-hmm.
about him.
That's neat. Do you remember going to school regularly when you were young?
No, my mother, we were in California, I believe, and my mother told my father that I was getting to the age where they need to settle down, and I needed to go to school regularly. Up to that point, one year I changed schools 11 different times
In the same school year.
in the same school year. I did not graduate that year to the next grade.
Yeah. Understandable. Do you remember having any school experiences? You mentioned you really liked your machine shop class in high school.
Yes, that was when I was in high school and I was going to a junior high school.
Mm-hmm.
John Muir was the name of the junior high that I went to, and we had a machine shop that we could go ahead and operate lathes and the milling machines, and I quite enjoyed that, and learning how to sharpen the bits and, and to set up the machines.
Was there anyone who inspired you while you were in your teens?
My mother worked for a company named Helipot, and they moved down to Costa Mesa, California. And so I had no place to live. And Jim Over, a friend of mine, he volunteered, I guess, for me to come and live with his family. His father was a dentist there in Pasadena, and he had a younger sister and his mother. And it was the first place that I ever lived that we had a evening meal that we sat at a long table and had tablecloths, and we even had to wear a shirt to dinner. And
Even the women?
well, they had their blouses on.
Okay.
And we don't need any further jokes.
You're correct. In what ways did you look up, other than gathering as a family? You know, when you and I were talking last week, I said that's one thing that I always loved growing up in this family was gathering each night as a family and having family meals. And always, what other ways did you look at Jim Over's family and admire about them?
He was a dentist and a professional individual.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the question again?
What other ways did you admire them and their family? Because I remember you talking about them quite a bit over the years.
Yeah, he he enjoyed gardening, and he had a lot of pine trees that I raked up the leaves one time, and he got after me because it stunted the weeds from growing underneath the pine trees, And he was a person that had certain characteristics that I admired.
Mm-hmm. What kind of characteristics?
He would take a nap.
Well, that's something to admire.
At noontime, he
Yeah.
would sit in his dental chair and go to sleep for about 10 minutes and so forth. And he gave his family directions, and he talked to Jim, which was my friend, and as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
and Jim's sister, and he gave them guidance
Guidance and advice and
and values. Yes.
if you had to say, what was your favorite job and career?
My favorite job and career was I enjoyed being a salesman.
Yeah.
It gave me freedom,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to talk to people, and I wasn't stuck at a desk,
Mm-hmm.
and I just enjoyed that.
You like the interaction with other people and
I
getting out and
did like interaction with other people, and I enjoyed selling printing because it was something that we could build and things like that.
yeah. Something
Yeah.
you could build upon and
Yeah.
switch gears a little bit. How did you meet Grandma?
Oh, that's a different story.
Well, this is a family event, so just keep it PG.
That the first time I saw Grandma was with a friend of mine. I was living at a fraternity house there in Pasadena. Ralph Response was his name. And I don't think Mom really cared for him.
But she was going on a date with him.
Yes. And the next time I saw Grandma was, well, I was playing poker. I was living in a fraternity house and we were playing poker. We had a poker room,
Mm-hmm.
and it was upstairs, and the guys downstairs hollered up to me and said there was a girl there to see me. And
Did you ask her out, or did she just show up and wanted to see you?
she just showed up.
That's not very considerate.
Yeah, or thing.
Yeah.
And she was younger than I thought she was.
Uh-huh.
And she was driving a 1957 T-Bird at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And she had her license. And our first date was at the Rose Parade there in
Oh, really?
Pasadena. Yes. And I was in the Naval Reserves at that time,
Uh-huh.
and Naval Reserves had the job of protecting the outskirts of the floats,
Mm-hmm.
and so anybody couldn't get in and and disrupt things.
Right.
And so my my duty was there to guard over things and until dawn, until the parade started.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went over and met her family at that time.
What was your first impressions of her family?
They were loud and just a funny bunch of people.
Really?
Yeah, I just wasn't used to that.
Lighthearted, would you say?
Lighthearted.
Uh-huh. Happy. Seems
Lighthearted.
happy. Okay, not too happy.
No, well, you know.
What values were most important to you when you were raising your children?
What was the question again?
What values were most important to you when raising your children? To you, and maybe some stuff you wanted to instill in your children.
I think the values that I would like to have seen my children acquire was hard work and truthfulness and respect for their mother.
Yeah. You said respect for grandma or our mother.
Yes.
Was there any particular, I guess my question is, where did you get that value from? Was it just being around good people and seeing how
I
important that
think
was?
being around the Overs and the respect that they had for their mother and
Right.
the way that they lived.
What are some of the family traditions that you're most proud of and passed down?
Oh, picking up, putting up the Christmas trees and hard work
Yes.
and Easter time. Your mother always had a thing that she always had to buy all the kids new clothes at Easter time, and so I wasn't for that, but that was one thing that Mom did.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You like it now.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. I have so many clothes you can't believe.
One thing we had talked about, another tradition was that I always remember was family home evening.
Family home evening. Yes, it was hard getting you kids up to come to family home evening.
Mm-hmm.
We always had it in the morning before everybody went their ways and so forth. And
Wow.
so we always had our family home evening in the mornings.
So you might call it family home mornings.
Well, we might.
Okay. Make that correction. What advice would you give your younger self if you could go back in time?
Regardless of how hard things are in your marriage and in raising your children, always be on the positive side.
Mm-hmm.
And even though that it's hard, stick with it,
Mm-hmm.
and things will work out.
Yeah. That's really good. Can you share a life lesson that you think everyone should know?
I think I covered that.
Hard work, stick with it, perseverance, within school, marriage, children, raising your family.
Yes.
Yeah. What would you say you're most proud of in your life?
My wife.
You gave a different answer before. Before you said children.
It is my wife now. That is the most proud thing that I
Okay, let's cut.
she has added a lot to my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's just added so much to my life as far as her personality, and that sometimes she hollers at me
And hits you.
and hits me,
Leaf bruises.
leave bruises.
Yeah, I can relate. That's what a good woman does.
Yeah.
All kidding aside, I think that's a great answer, Dad. It almost brought me to tears. What do you hope your grandchildren and future generations remember about you?
I hope that they remember that I'm not a gruff old guy.
Do you think you want to let them know at some point in time that you're not?
I
I'm teasing with you.
I hope so.
No, I think everybody that knows you, knows that you're not, you have a soft inside. And that you just want the best for all of your loved ones. And that you're,
Definitely.
and sometimes tough love is what people need.
Yes.
And, I know several of my siblings, and I include myself in that very thankful for the tough love. And, we see where it's come from, with our own children.
Uh-huh.
How would you like to be remembered, and what legacy do you hope to leave behind? Or do you think we've already covered that?
I think we've already covered that.
Okay. If you would like to share one piece of wisdom with the world, what would it be? And I know we touched on this, and you can reiterate if you want, or we can stop it there.
I wish that I had continued on with my education.
Uh-huh.
And I wished I had chosen a field of employment that I would be proud to carry on or to have my grandchildren carry on.
Mm-hmm.
And
More of like a career legacy or
a
business.
career, yes.
Or a business to work in or a profession that is passed down.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I'm done here, Mr. Sobotka.
Thank you, Mr. Sobotka.
And Lester.
We've got some good
And
Sobotkas
Lester.
here. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Give me a hug, Dad.
Cool. Good job. Love ya.
Love you.
In Miami. And we were watching it at Grandma Moore's house. And, are you recording sound?
Hi, Grandma.
Hi. I'm glad you got me a comb to my hair.
You better get ready, Grandma. We're going to be doing this interview kind of set up for you here soon, all right?
Oh, dear.
We want to get your side of the story. Okay. All right, I'm recording now. I'm just going to swap over a little bit here. Okay. Lovely.
Yeah, we're just waiting for snow to come. And this is my yard. And don't step in the dog doo-doo. And you can record that. This is the place where I plant my garden out here, and the ties are sort of splitting up a little bit, and I have my grapes back there, and my apricot tree. We have a drip system here that works out very well. Right here is asparagus that I planted, and it takes about 3 years for it to grow before I can get a harvest out of it. This is sort of a storage area back here with my little greenhouse. And my lawnmower is John Deere. It is covered up for the winter. We have my workshop. This is the remainder of my tomatoes that I always pick green tomatoes and let them ripen up in here so they don't freeze.
How long do they stay good for?
This will probably be staying good until the middle of November. Did you get a shot of
The full,
everything?
not quite yet. Let me get kind of an end to end here. So what are some of these tools that I'm seeing over here?
I beg your pardon?
What are some of these tools and things? What?
Oh, the drill press and my files up there and nuts and bolts and I have stuff down here, skill saw, saber saw, and just some tools that I need to work with, and this is hammers and grinders and things like this.
Everything's really organized.
I beg your pardon?
Everything's really organized.
Yes, I like to have things organized so I know where to get things whenever I need them.
Do you think that's something you pass down to your kids?
I hope so. And my grandkids.
Yeah, and your grandkids.
There you go.
Oh, I'll say my work areas are maybe not as organized as yours, but
Oh, did you see my little greenhouse? This is, we put this in last spring, and this top comes up automatically when it gets too hot inside, and it raises up. Right now, the cylinder is not hooked up, and so I'm using it for storage.
wow. And did you build this?
I bought this from Costco,
Oh, wow.
and my neighbor helped me assemble it, and without him, it would have taken me 3 times the amount of time.
That's nice. Have you liked living in this neighborhood?
Yes, we have lived here almost 50 years. So all of our kids have lived here in this house, and lived through all of the putting in the garden area and the lawns and the brick and everything. So
Wow.
this area down here is flags, or irises is what they call them, I guess. a year and a half ago, I was kneeling over here, hooking up my drip system for the irises, and my neighbor came over, and I was kneeling down, and I went to stand up and lost my balance, and I fell backwards and fractured my hip, and so it put me out of commission for 3-4 months, and
Wow.
I had somebody come in and mow the lawn and trim the hedges. So, and Dallas helped me put up the gutter guard up there to keep the leaves from blowing in my gutter.
Oh,
So I
wow.
didn't have to get up there and on the ladder. So,
Oh, wow. I remember right here there used to be a huge trampoline.
there used to be a trampoline in there.
How long did you guys have that trampoline for?
Probably 45 years. We had the trampoline the first Christmas that we moved in here in March or April, and then that next Christmas we got the trampoline for the kids, and so we sold it about 3-4 years ago. And so the kids really enjoyed the trampoline. The grandkids did too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I have many fond memories playing on that trampoline. It was extra bouncy.
Yeah. Watch out for the dog doo-doo.
You know, I think I got already.
Yeah, it's sort of.
Sorta.
It's sort of hard to get off your shoe.
Wanna show me around in your garage?
Oh, yeah. That's just a lot of stuff in here. Place to put stuff. We got this sort of organized.
Oh, wow.
Our food storage, we have gotten rid of a lot of our our food storage, and so we just got those pails that has what we need. And I don't think that we're going to need it.
It's good to have just in case, though.
Just in case.
So I see you've got your car here, your Acura, right?
Right.
What have been your favorite cars of your lifetime?
Probably this Acura.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have had that for 15 or 16 years.
Wow. My mom always tells me about how you've liked to work on cars.
Oh, it was necessary. When you have as much or as many kids as we've had, and
Go. Attaboy.
that you have to
Estimate.
have a lot of tools and be able to climb underneath the cars and work on them.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna take off.
You're headed out?
Yes.
Dallas is headed out.
Don't film this. I'm embarrassed.
Bye, Dallas.
See ya. Oh, I need my notebook.
Oh, yeah.
This is my interviewing notebook.
Oh, yeah, you can't believe
I'm on
that.
my next interview.
For your next interview, you
Yeah,
need that.
60 minutes. Said that was kind
Now, how are you going to get that across?
Well, he said he was gonna start telling people.
Yeah.
Okay, love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Dallas.
Bye-bye. Thanks again.
You bet.
Is Dallas your favorite kid?
Oh, we have 7 favorites.
I was told I was the hardest to raise.
Hardest to raise Dallas, huh?
He's tied with Dory.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Kind of share it together for different reasons.
Yeah. Wow. Who do you think was the easiest kid to raise?
Kelly.
Kelly, easiest,
Hands
huh?
down.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah, why? Dallas wants answers here.
Because he was sneakier. I was more blatant. Adios.
That's your
Bye,
mom
Uncle Dallas.
talking. That's your mom.
Oh.
Wow. You know, Grandpa said the thing he wants people to remember most about his life was his relationship with you, Grandma.
Well, yeah, it's been pretty good. A lot of you should go a lot of hills and valleys.
Oh, well, it seems like you guys have come out on the other side pretty well.
Oh.
That's for sure.
You probably want to catch this one wall in here.
Oh, wow.
This is a house that Grandpa Cecil Moore was raised in. As a matter of fact, he is the oldest. He would be here. And that house is in Kentucky.
Wow, Kentucky, huh?
Yep. And that was taken in 1925. this is Grandpa Cecil Moore and Grandma.
Yeah, these are great.
And Uncle Marshall and Cecil here.
Oh, wow. Wow, a lot of great memories here.
Yes. I'm going to put up the rest of the pictures on this wall here.
On this one right here. What about some of your favorite books? Do you have any thoughts on which books you've liked? Any you'd suggest to any future generations?
I like mystery books. I like to read mysteries, and John Grisham is probably the most favorite. I try to read one mystery book and then one church book. Sort of break up my life a little bit. So Grandma and I both read quite a bit.
Okay, well we haven't discussed the dogs much.
Oh, this is Blue. No. We'll have to ask Mom which dog that is. That looks a lot like Blue.
Wow. And then these are all the kids, huh?
These are all the kids.
All the kiddos.
You're in this picture.
Yeah. We've got a good looking family up there.
Yeah. There you go. Getting your feet wet.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Max.
Whoa.
Max was a Great Dane. Very loving dog.
So the legacy of dogs was Max was the first one, then Blue.
Well, it goes back a long ways.
Does it?
It goes back to Pasadena when we lived in Pasadena, and the little Cocker Spaniel that we had there. She had a little a litter of puppies out in the garage, and we don't know where she came from, but she found a home to have her puppies, and when she had her puppies, shortly after that, when they were weaned, she took off again, and we never saw her again.
Wow.
And so we've had several dogs, and
Do you have a favorite dog?
Max was pretty close. Jade, the dog that we have now, he is very friendly, and it's the only dog that we've ever had that has slept in our or on our bed.
Whoa.
at night.
That's a pretty big accomplishment.
That's a big accomplishment. Jade is probably 11 years old.
Wow. It's a lot of history.
Yes.
And then you guys got married because you were really young too, right?
Yeah,
How old were you?
16.
So did
Anything in your bedroom you'd be interested in getting?
No.
My sister.
Probably okay.
Yeah, she did.
Anything in your office?
Yeah, we can come in here. We've had, I like boats and that's sort of my little display up there. And these pictures here of these elk, and these were given to me by a gentleman I worked with. Wilson, Doug Wilson. I worked with him, and he was a young guy. He probably lives over in Colorado now. That was his ambition was to live over there. This is one of 25. And this is 9 of 25.
Wow. Well, Grandpa, with your boats, I don't know if we've got your history in the Navy.
Yeah, maybe so. I drove school bus for 12, 13 years, and this is the plaque that they gave me. And this is from Grandma and I's 50th wedding anniversary.
What was your favorite thing about driving school buses?
I beg your pardon?
What was your favorite thing about driving school buses?
It was the kids. I drove school bus for the junior high in Highland, and the girls sang a song in 3-part harmony when I took him home one time, and I really enjoyed that.
Oh, that sounds special.
You probably want to get these up here.
Oh, these right here. Oh, wow. Employee of the Month. Spirit of Excellence. Wow. And then who are these guys? What picture is this?
This is, I think, when Dallas got married.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've got some stuff on the shelf here. School bus.
Got school bus and Pasadena City College, and here's one of my grandsons.
Right there, huh? Your favorite grandson.
Yeah, do you think so?
Oh. Oh, wow. I didn't notice this teddy bear either. A bus driving teddy bear.
Yeah, that's a bus driving teddy bear.
Oh, that's sweet. Some good stuff in here, Grandpa.
I'll read a letter that I don't know, can you shut your camera off or not?
Do you want me to?
Well, I was going to read this letter to you.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
This was written by Bob Wigington, General Manager of Kauai Piano. To whom it may concern, Harvey Sobotka, I have known each other for approximately 14 years. During that time, I have seen him chase down a speeding car with his bare hands, hit his dog with a board for biting a neighbor, speaking up in testimony meeting when someone said, "Don't marry out of the church." That is just a sample of how tough he can be when upset. He is not known for having an even temper, and that is why he is loved by men, women, children, and dogs. Harvey is also very frugal, sending his family to my home in the freezing winter snowstorm in October because heat cannot be turned on until November 15th in the Sobotka home. He can barbecue a turkey, put a deck on a house within a week, and so on, and can bite silver bullets in half with one chomp. Yes, it is said that this man, who started out as a migrant farm worker and rose to the height of marrying the boss's daughter, fathering 8 kids with only one wife, is no man to sneeze at. God bless him, every bite. Bob Wigington, General Manager.
That's an incredible letter.
It is. Bob is buried up here in the cemetery.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a special guy.
Yeah, he's been probably dead maybe 25 years, so.
You've known a lot of people around here, haven't you?
Yes. Yes. I've known a lot of people around here. One, so many people, it just one at a time that they die off.
Hmm.
So
Does anyone come to mind? Think about missing someone?
I miss my neighbor next door, Dave Bateman. He died about 3 years ago. He was county sheriff for 12 years here. His wife still lives there, Kathleen, and she's a great neighbor. And Dave was a great neighbor. So they've lived here. Kathleen's grew up in Lehigh. Dave grew up here in Alpine.
Good folk.
His brother lived across the street and about 4 houses down. He passed away this last year.
You're not sick. You've been drinking.
So
Told her you need to stop.
many changes.
I don't know how long it took for that to get her. So
That is so funny. It gives me like